Hi, I'm Oliver, age 24, and you're watching the professional drawing competition winners video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the artwork that you guys voted for as the best in the competition. So let's have a look at the entry with the most votes for Spider-Man on Vacation. Fantastic. So this piece was drawn by William, age 18. And straight away I'm very impressed with how 3D and professional the image looks. Now, William pointed out that Spider-Man is in fact taking away the ice cream that the kid doesn't want. So in fact, Spider-Man, even on vacation at the beach, is still saving the day. I think there's a nice little message in there for all of us to take away. I also want to take a quick moment to appreciate the 7D sanding technique that William used for the beach, and also the 3D ocean effect in the background. Fantastic. So I'm going to give this piece 5 stars, which I'm pretty sure is the highest amount of stars possible. Cool, so let's have a look at what you guys voted for as the winner of the second category, which was a new type of animal that has never been seen before. Okay, that is badass. Janik, age 23, has drawn 3 of my favourite things in one monster. He's basically drawn myself, a dragon, and Batman all at once, and he's called it the Olivomon. And I hate to toot my own horn, but I look freaking sweet in this picture. And Janik didn't even stop there. He actually went further and added Neith into the drawing, and it looks like me and Neith are dueling it out and having an epic fight. As you can see by the comic book effect, I'm actually using my burn juice technique to fire fiery burn juice at Neith. And if you look closely at Neith, you'll see that he's bleeding from his eye hole, and also one of his arms is covered in blood and his hand is covered in blood. So it looks like even though Neith has a sword, I am still beating him without any weapons at all. I think we can agree that is super realistic and super professional. I'm going to give this piece 6 stars, and I know that's more than I said was the most amount of stars possible, but I feel like I have to break the rule for this drawing. Now let's take a look at the winner of category 3, and that was Nicolas Cage in a role that he's never played before. So this piece was submitted by Jasper Birdcycle, but he forgot to put his name and age on the drawing, which means technically and professionally, this isn't actually a professional piece of work. And I feel bad for saying this, but even Neith signs and adds his age to every piece of work that he does. Oh dear. But looking past that, this is actually a poster for a film about me and my life. It's called How to Draw Really Good, the movie, and Nicolas Cage is cast to play me, which is pretty awesome. Although, it looks like Jasper forgot to use the herring technique on the top of my head, which makes it look like I'm balding at the top, which is quite depressing and makes me cry on the inside. So with that in mind, I'm going to give this drawing 2 stars. And then I'm going to move on to category 4 of the competition, which was a cross between Spider-Man and a new animal. Cool, so this was drawn by Mike, age 13. It's actually Spider-Man wearing casual blue jeans and a Hawaiian flowery top. I love it. And as you can see, Spider-Man is throwing a blue 3D frisbee that is being chased by a cross between a dog and Yoda. If I could give Mike one piece of advice, it would be to use a darker shade of dog on the back legs to do the back legging technique. Also, Yoda only seems to have one eye. But that's okay because I do like the overall feel of the piece. I'm going to give this drawing 4 stars. Now category 5 of the competition was to combine a new animal with Nicolas Cage, so let's see what you guys voted for that. Wow, so this is SONICOLAS Cage, a cross between Sonic and Nicolas Cage, drawn by Mark, age 20. Now I'm quite torn in two about this picture, because if you look at the background, you'll see that Mark has really nailed the 4D effect, and it really looks like SONICOLAS Cage is jumping out of the monitor. But if you look at the foreground, you'll see that even though Mark has used 3D colours, he's actually drawn some of the features quite neatly. See, it freaks me out a little bit, and it makes me feel like me and Neef somehow in the future had a baby, and that baby grew up to be Mark, aged 20, and he drew a picture of Nicolas Cage and then sent it back in time to enter this competition. And that's the only explanation I can possibly think of as to how Mark has such an equal combination of my skills and abilities and Neef's special drawing style. So yes, I'm going to give this piece 3 stars. And now for category 6, which was a cross between Spider-Man and Nicolas Cage. So let's have a look what you voted for. Cool, so this was sent in by Greg, age 15, and it's actually a poster for a film called Go Web, which stars Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man, but also Spider-Man as Spider-Man. See, it's quite clever because Spider-Man, not Nicolas Cage Spider-Man, goes on vacation, and Spider-Man Nicolas Cage has to fill in for Spider-Man, and he learns a lot about Spider-Man in the process. It definitely sounds like a film that I would pay to go and see. Now, I haven't actually spoken to Greg about this, but if any big film companies are watching, we would like to sell this film idea to you for £50 million for me and £10 million for Greg. So yeah, get in touch. And I'm going to give this piece 4.5 stars. Cool. So let's have a look at the winner of category 7, which was a cross between Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man, and a new animal. Wow. Okay, so this is a movie poster for a film called Yes Guy, starring Nicolas Cage, and it was sent in by Tantidar, aged 22. Now there's a quote about the film here that says, "The part where Yes Guy takes Spider-Man's never-before-seen pet dog he made in a laboratory, whilst his Spidey vacation was the best and made milk come out of my nose. This movie knows how to funny really good." And that's a quote from Hollywood, which is a reliable and professional source. Okay, so let's try and figure out what the hell is going on in this drawing. First of all, there's a scooter. And then on the scooter is a female Nicolas Cage with a weird neck, boobies, and long hair. And then behind female Nicolas Cage is male Nicolas Cage, but it seems like he's got some broken fingers and he's holding like a purple snake with large testicles and a wrinkly face. And then behind them is evil Spider-Man with large eyebrows, yellow eyes, a wrinkly face and wiggly arms. And it actually seems like Tantidar has his own art style, and it reminds me of a toy that I grew up with called Pogs. I don't know if you remember them, but basically I'm going to call Tantidar's technique the pogging technique. It's a little bit neathy and a little bit unprofessional, but it's quite good in an informal environment. So I'm quite pleased with that, and I'm going to give it 5 stars. Fantastic. Cool, so I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to do another video in a few days where I'll reveal who won the grand prize of the competition, which was this excellent winners t-shirt. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. Competition winners, these guys are better than you, better than you, better than you at drawing. Yeah.